Hello YouTube, this is Cobra22 here, back with another 100-point squadron build for Star Wars X-Wing Miniatures. So yesterday I purchased the Firespray-31 Patrol craft, or the Slave 1, as most people know it by. And what I've done here is I've made myself another Scum Y-Wings build, because before I got this I had the Most Wanted pack, which had cards to turn a Hawk 290, Z95, Y-Wing, and a Firespray-31 into Scum Y-Wings ships. And so what I've done is make a Scum build consisting of a Firespray-31 and two Scum Y-Wings. And the focus behind this build is literally these guys are a bomb squad. Like, I outfitted all of these guys to carry as many bombs as they can, and their objective is, rather than attacking the enemy directly, they will be littering the place with bombs and mines and whatever, and really the mines are going to be the ones dealing all the damage. I mean, granted, the Y-Wings and the Firespray-31 will be able to do a decent job in attacking. The Firespray more so because it has an auxiliary firing arc that allows it to fire behind it. But it also its ability, this specific Firespray's ability will allow him to more effectively drop bombs and hopefully help box the enemy in. So with that being said, let's look at the build itself. So each ship has been moderately outfitted with, well, again, mostly bombs, because this is a bomb squad. We'll get right to it and start with the squadron leader of the build. And that is Emon Azzameen. Emon Azzameen has a pilot skill of 6. He flies the Firespray-31 Patrol craft. He has an attack value of 3. An agility value of 2, a hull value of 6, and a shield value of 4. You can take on the focus, lock-on, and evade actions. He costs 36 squadron points. And he can take on a cannon upgrade, a bomb upgrade, a crew upgrade, a missile upgrade, and an illicit upgrade. And his ability states, when dropping a bomb, you may use the Bank 3, Straight 3, or either of the Bank 3s or the Straight 3 templates instead of the Bank 1 Straight 1 template. So normally when you drop a bomb, you use the Straight Ahead 1 template, you place it at the rear of your ship, and then you place the bomb token behind it. With Emon Azzameen, you can either use the Straight Ahead 3 to drop it far behind you, or you can use the Sharp Turn 3, Sharp Turn Left or Right 3 maneuvers to drop the bombs at an angle, which would be pretty useful in either trying to box your opponent in, or have them fly directly in or have them fly right into your hand and have them run into a mine or a bomb or whatever as it explodes. So Azzameen is good for, he's good for throwing your opponent off and having you pretty much playing you right into their hands. Let's see. For his title card, I've chosen to give him the Andrasta title card, meant for the Firespray-31 only, and it came with the it also came with the Scum Most Wanted pack. It states your upgrade guard gains 2 additional bomb upgrade icons. So that means Emon Azzameen is now able to take 3 bombs as opposed to 1, which greatly helps with the focus behind the build. For his bombs, the first bomb given him is a Proton bomb, which states, when you reveal your maneuver, you may discard this card to drop 1 Proton bomb token. The token detonates at the end of the activation phase. Proton bombs, even though it doesn't specify what they do, but Proton bombs, you drop the bomb, then you make your maneuver, and after everyone has moved, the bomb detonates. If there are any ships at range 1 of the bomb when it detonates, they suffer 1 critical damage, regardless if they have shields, and then the bomb token is removed from the field. So the big thing you gotta worry about for bombs is they're indiscriminate. Bombs will detonate regardless of who their target is, so you gotta be really careful when dropping a bomb, even though it's only a range 1 distance. But even so, you gotta be careful not to have your own ships fall into the mix. Otherwise, they'll suffer some damage too. For a second bomb, I've gone with a Seismic Charge. And Seismic Charges states, and they state, when you reveal your maneuver dial, you may discard this card to drop 1 Seismic Charge token. The token detonates in the activation phase. So Seismic Charges, they have a cheaper cost, and they pretty much do the same thing as a Proton bomb. You reveal your maneuver, drop the bomb, and then get out of the way. The Seismic Charge, when the Seismic Charge detonates, any ship at range 1 of it suffers 1 regular damage. So Seismic Charges, recommend you use them after you have whittled away the enemy shields, because Seismic Charges will also do shield damage and they'll do hull and shield damage. So if you take this again and put this against an enemy ship that has a shield, it'll just suffer the shield damage instead. And for his final bomb, this came with the Firespray-31, and it is a proximity mine. This is a bomb that must be dropped during the action phase. So you make your maneuver and then you drop the bomb. Proximity mine state action. Discard this card to drop 1 proximity mine token. When it shits maneuver base or maneuver to overlaps this token, the bomb detonates. So proximity mines, they act as an obstacle. You drop the bomb and they stay there until a ship runs over it or lands on it. And the proximity mines, I think, from what I remember, if a ship lands on them, they take 2 dice, and for every hit result they suffer, it's a hit. For every critical result they get, that's a critical suffered. I believe that's how it works. I'll have to reference the bomb card in order to clarify that. But from what I remember, proximity mines, you overlap it or you run through it. You roll 2 attack dice. Every hit makes you a hit. Every critical gets you a critical. So yeah, pretty good for dishing out some early damage. Now, these two are almost similar, but they do have their bombs are different. So I'll be running through these individually. Azzameen's wingmen are 2 hired guns. They have a pilot skill of 4. They fly the Quanser BTL S3 Y-Wing attack starfighter. They have an attack value of 2, an agility value of 1, hull value of 5, shield value of 3, so same stats as the Rebel Y-Wing. They can take on a focus or lock-on actions, cost 20 squadron points, and are able to take on a turret upgrade, a warhead upgrade, and a salvaged Astromech upgrade. They're common pilots, so they are unable. They don't have any abilities, but they're just mainly there to serve as extra bombs and cannon fodder. So we'll start with this one here. They all pretty much have the same ability, or the same upgrades, save for their bombs. They both have been given extra munitions, which state, when you equip this card, place 1 ordnance token on each equipped warhead, missile, and bomb upgrade card. When you are instructed to discard an upgrade card, you may discard 1 ordnance token on that target card instead. So the extra munitions grant you 2 of every weapon at the cost of a warhead upgrade, a warhead slot. And in order to turn these guys into real bombers, I've given them a bomb loadout, which is an upgrade meant only for the Y-Wing, and it states your upper guard gains the bomb icon. So it turns the bomber, a Y-Wing, into an actual bomber. For their salvaged Astromech, I've gone with an Unhinged Astromech, which is the Scum variant of the R2 Astromech. The only difference being is that the R2 Astromech treats all 1 and 2 speed maneuvers as green maneuvers. The Unhinged Astromech treats all 3 speed maneuvers as green maneuvers. So that means the Y-Wing can perform a hard 3, which is usually a red maneuver, but instead will be treated as a green maneuver. So that'll be perfect for dropping a bomb and doing a straight 4 maneuver to get out of there. And then you can do a straight 3, bank 3, or hard 3 to get rid of that stress the following turn. Now their bombs differ, so I'll be going each one individually. This one here has a Connor net, and it's a bomb that must be dropped during the action phase. It states, discard this card to drop 1 Connor net token. When a ship's base or template to overlaps this target token, the token detonates. So what a Connor net does is, you make your maneuver, you drop the bomb as your action, and that's it. What the Connor net does is it acts like an obstacle like the proximity mines, and any ship that runs through or overlaps it, they immediately suffer, I think it's 1 damage, and they receive 2 ion tokens. So the Connor net is especially good for large ships because it does take 2 ion tokens to disable a large ship. But they're even deadlier against starfighters because that means that the ship will be disabled for 2 rounds. So leaving the Firespray and the Y-Wings plenty of time to circle around and come in for the kill. Now for this hired gun here, he has the same upgrades as his counterpart, extra munitions, bomb loadout, and unhinged Astromech, sorry. But he, instead of having up a Connor net, he has cluster mines. Cluster mines are also bombs that must be dropped during your action phase, and it states, discard this card to drop 1 cluster mine token set. When a ship's maneuver base or maneuver template overlaps a cluster mine token, that target detonates. So the cluster mines, how it works is they literally are a cluster. You drop 1 cluster mine token, and then you place 2 extra cluster mine tokens beside it, and so basically it has a wide range. And any ship that lands on or passes through at least 1 of those tokens, that token detonates. I believe they suffer 1 damage. I'm not sure if it's 1 damage or 2 damage or whatever. I'll have to consult the I'll have to consult the reference card. But they suffer damage regardless. However, if one cluster mine goes off, the other two remain until another ship overlaps or runs through it. The only possible way you can detonate all three at once is if a ship stupidly runs through all three mines, in which case they'll be dealt quite a lot of damage. So, and added to the fact that these guys have extra munitions, they carry 2 of each. So yeah, this is true. This is a true bomber squad here. So yeah, this is my bomb squad build. Its biggest advantage is Emon Azzameen. Emon Azzameen's ability allows him to drop bombs at pretty much any angle, and you can choose to either drop 1 behind you, or you can choose to drop 3 behind you, or 3 hard to the left, or 3 hard to the right, which is really good at tricking your opponent and playing them into your hand, or boxing them in, because it'll pretty much also allow you to get... It's especially useful when dropping a bomb or a seismic charge, because it'll allow you to... You'll have an easier time getting out of the way. With the hired guns, the extra munition and the bomb loadout, the extra munitions grant them 2 of each bomb, so that means this one has 2 counter nets and this one has 2 sets of cluster mines. The Unhinged Astromech allows for easy, it allows them to make some maneuvers that will at speed 3, which will get rid of stress. So that means it'll turn the speed 3 red into a speed 3 left or right red into a speed 3 left or right green, which is great. So you could drop your bomb, get zoom out of there at speed 4, stress out, and then do like a speed 3 right or speed 3 left hard, and get rid of that stress as opposed to receive another one. Also, the Firespray-31 has 2 firing arcs. It has a forward and a reverse auxiliary firing arc, so that means it can attack forward and behind it. The 3 bombs are good for dealing lots and lots of damage. The seismic charges for standard damage, proton bombs for criticals, and the proximity mines for dealing multiple damage at once. And of course, which would be only made possible with the Andrasta title card. Disadvantages. There really is no disadvantage with the Firespray, because its ability compensates for its weaknesses. Add to the fact that it's got some really good stats. I mean, it's got 10 hit points in total, 6 hull, 4 shields. It has decent agility and has high attack power. Added to the fact that it can fire forward and behind is great. I'd say its only weakness is it has an auxiliary firing arc, yes, but it cannot fire in any direction, so that means it's vulnerable from the sides. It can't shoot sideways. But hopefully the bombs and the maneuvers that you can make with the bombs make up for it. The Y-Wings are obvious. Low agility. They're susceptible to... they're more susceptible to criticals than the Firespray or its counterpart, the B-Wing. But it can still take roughly the same amount of damage as a B-Wing. It's just that most of the damage will go towards hull and not shield. Also, a big disadvantage for this build are the bombs themselves, especially the proton bombs and the seismic charges. Because proton bombs and seismic charges detonate immediately after the activation phase ends, and if any of these guys are within range 1 of those bombs and they go off, they are going to suffer some damage. Because bombs are indiscriminate; they'll damage anyone. They're like every other obstacle in the game. They damage anyone or anything that passes over them or is in range 1 of them when they detonate. So the biggest disadvantage of this is going into this fight with this build haphazardly, dropping bombs everywhere, and then all of a sudden having that turn against you when the enemy starts luring you into your own bomb. So yeah, when you're playing with this build, you got to be very, very patient when you drop your bombs. You're very, very methodical where you drop them. You got to remember where you drop them. You got to judge, the distance between each bomb and if you'll be able to fit through them. And with the Y-Wings, it won't be so much of a problem because they're smaller, but the Firespray will be a bit harder because it has a bigger base. So yeah, other than that, this is a pretty solid build if you ask me. So yeah, this is my Scum bomb squad build. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any sort of criticism is greatly appreciated. If you like, you may use this build for any competitive or casual play, or you can tweak it or revamp it to your own specifications. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Corbin22 signing off.